Hey guys, and welcome to this video. So today I'm adding on to the kind of top 5 drugstore series that I've been doing here on my channel. If you haven't seen any of them that I've done so far, I'll go ahead and link all the ones that I've done down below. This one has been really highly requested, and that, I'm sure you know by the title, is the top 5 drugstore eyeshadow palettes. But if I don't mention your favorite, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below so that we can all kind of see each other's favorite eyeshadow palettes and get more suggestions. So with that, let's go ahead and get into my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. So this first one, and there's a few of these that I've mentioned before because they are my favorite, so I've obviously used and mentioned them before, but I mentioned this one in my 2016 favorites, and it is the CoverGirl TruNaked Golden's palette. I love this not only for the price, but also for the color payoff of these shadows. I'm going to be showing you guys swatches of each of these eyeshadow palettes so you can see the kind of color payoff each one gives and what they look like without a primer. So not only is the price point amazing, it's also really easy to find. So you'll be able to find this in pretty much any drugstore or Target or Walmart. Be able to get your hands on it really easily, which I think is really important. The other thing I like about this is it's a mostly shimmer palette. You'll see from the swatches, most of these shades are very shimmery, but it does have 3 matte shades that play really nicely with all the shimmers. So you've got this kind of banana shade here, which is perfect for setting concealer on your eyelids, for highlighting the brow bone, just a really nice matte light shade. And then you've got this one, which is very similar to the color Naked in the Naked 1 palette, and it's a perfect transition color for in the crease. And then you've got the dark brown over here, which is great for darkening up the crease or defining the lash line. So you can basically use this one for your brow bone, this one for your crease, and any of these lighter shimmer colors on the lid, and there's your eyeshadow look. Or if you want to go a little deeper with your shimmer color, you can just pop some of this dark brown in your crease and you're ready to go. I feel like this is one of the easiest eyeshadow palettes to figure out as a beginner because you've got the 3 matte shades that you need, and then shimmer shades that are very pigmented, easy to work with, easy to blend, and I just absolutely love this palette. I will say that this dark brown shade is a little bit chalkier than I would want it to be, but for the price and the quality of the other shadows, I think this is one of the best eyeshadow palettes out there. Alright, next up I have a BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and you can actually get this at Ulta, which I think is great. Super affordable, and actually comes with 4 highlighters. It is the Carli Bybel palette. This is the original one. I know they just came out with a brand new one, and I'm honestly not sure I want to get it. If you guys say it's worth the hype, I might go ahead and get it, but I just love this one so much, and I love the size of it. The new one looks to be significantly larger than this one, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see. I may get my hands on it, but in the meantime, this is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. I absolutely love it. First of all, it has a mirror, which is really nice. I think this is the only eyeshadow palette I'm going to mention that has a mirror. So I'll start with the actual eyeshadows. The matte shades in here are really nice. I love this army green. I think it's really unique, but I think the star of the show here is the shimmer shades. These shimmer shades are absolutely stunning, and I feel like this is the perfect palette for bridal makeup. If you are a makeup artist or you're getting married soon, I feel like this is a must-have palette in your collection for bridal makeup. The shadows are so soft and super pigmented, and I also feel like there's something for every skin tone in here. You've got the kind of deeper coppery shades, and then you've got these really light and vibrant shades. And then moving on to these highlighters, these are beyond pigmented. They're so pigmented, but I actually prefer them as eyeshadows and inner corner highlights. I don't really use them on the cheeks or the rest of the face a whole lot. For example, when I use this kind of pinky shimmer shade, I'll sometimes use this just in the very center of the lid to create that like pop of light. And then same thing with this copper shade right here. I'll put that all over the lid and then put one of these 2 in the center to create that pop of light in the center of the lid. I think the quality of these eyeshadows for the price and the amount of product that you're getting in this is just unreal, and this is a must-have palette in your collection. Like I said, especially if you're a makeup artist or looking for that perfect eyeshadow palette for your bridal makeup look, this is that palette. Okay, next up is another very affordable, very accessible eyeshadow palette if it's not sold out, and it is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I know this is kind of a cult favorite eyeshadow palette, but if you haven't tried it because you think it's not going to live up to the hype, trust me, it lives up to the hype and then some. When I first saw this palette, I thought it was just going to be a very simple and neutral palette, but it's not. It's extremely unique. Some of the shades in here are so fun. Like this green shade right here is so vibrant and fun. You can make some really cool makeup looks with this one. I think this with that army green in the Carli Bybel eyeshadow palette would look super cool together. And then you've got this kind of duochrome blue with a little bit of purple running through it. just absolutely gorgeous. So if you're looking for a little bit more versatility and uniqueness in your eyeshadow palette, but you still want something very affordable and very accessible, this is definitely the way to go. All of these create the coolest pop of shimmer on your lid. The only thing this palette is missing is matte shades. There are a few in here that look like they're matte, but they're not. They do have shimmer running through them. So if I could add anything to this palette, it would be one more row with a light matte shade and a dark matte shade. But honestly, the price point for this palette makes it completely worth it. Just this shade right here, I would spend the money on this whole palette for, because it's just that cool and unique. And the shadows in here are so pigmented and so creamy. I know those are probably words that you're gonna get sick of me saying during this video, but that's kind of what I look for with eyeshadow palettes. And the quality of these eyeshadows are just as good as high-end. I would challenge anyone that said that they didn't feel like high-end eyeshadows, and for Wet n Wild's price point and that level of quality, I mean, you can't beat it. And I just want to quickly mention, for those of you that maybe weren't attracted to those colors but like the idea of this eyeshadow palette, I also really love this one in Petal Pusher. This is great for those of you that have brown eyes. Purple on brown eyes is just gorgeous. All right, next up is a new favorite, and this is not going to surprise anyone that's been watching my channel, and it is the JCat Beauty Sunset Boulevard 24 eyeshadow palette. First of all, the value of this palette, the amount that you pay for the amount of product that you get, is absolutely unreal. I'll be honest, the packaging on this is not good. It feels very cheap, but the product inside is what really counts, and that's what shines in this palette. So I know I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go on for too long, but you guys hadn't seen swatches yet, so I wanted to show you that. So this palette has equal parts shimmer and matte shades, which I absolutely love. There are so many looks you can create with this palette. There are some super unique colors in here, both warm tone and cool tone, and these shimmer shades are the most vibrant of any of the shimmer shades in any of these eyeshadow palettes. They almost feel like foiled eyeshadows. They're that pigmented, you guys will see in the swatches. And then the matte shades are just creamy, buttery, so pigmented and so easy to blend. And I love that these columns, sort of like I said in my tutorial of this palette, create almost the eyeshadow looks for you. So if this overwhelms you, I feel like if you just stick with a column of eyeshadow, it maps out really cool looks for you. So again, the packaging on this, not great, but the quality of the eyeshadows inside is fantastic. All right, last but not least is actually the eyeshadow palette I'm wearing right now, and it is the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals palette. And I feel like this is perfect for those of you that like those kind of JCat Beauty palettes or the Morphe palettes, but it's just too big and it's not practical for you, but you still want the selection of shades. You still want to be able to create a lot of different makeup looks with a compact size eyeshadow palette. This is that palette. There are so many beautiful shades in here, both matte and shimmer. There's slightly more matte shades than there are shimmer shades. I believe it's a 9 to 7 breakdown, but this is the shade I have on my lid right now, which is so beautiful. And then I've got kind of a combination of those two colors in my crease, and they just blend beautifully. I think whether you are into more dramatic makeup looks or very simple makeup looks, this palette gives you the versatility to do both. You've got the kind of basic shades like the light matte shades and the dark matte shades. So if you mainly like to do matte makeup looks, but you like to have shimmer there for maybe special nights out or for the inner corner highlight or brow bone highlight, this kind of gives you both of those options. The shades in here are absolutely beautiful. All of the shades I talked about in all of these palettes are very pigmented and easy to blend, but the reason to me this eyeshadow palette really stands out is because of the compact size and the amount of shadows that you get and the quality of shadows. So this is the type of palette I would grab when I travel because there's so much you can do, but yet it's still nice and small. I just absolutely love it. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this top 5 series, then don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so I know, and don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.